Please, I have nowhere to go. Even if you don't want me, let me give birth here.
Collins refused to touch her. He suddenly became irritated by her presence. He made excuses. I'm tired. I have a headache. Work stressed me. Chizzy waited. She was patient. Days passed. Weeks passed. Months passed. Nothing. They slept on the same bed, but there was always distance. Collins turned his back to her. Sometimes he slept on the floor. Chizzy cried silently at night. She blamed herself. Maybe I smell. Maybe I'm not doing enough. She tried harder. She cooked better meals. She dressed more neatly. She spoke softly. Still nothing. Weeks passed. Months passed. Collins began drinking. He returned home late, smelling of perfume and alcohol, and avoided her presence. He spoke to her with disgust at times, sneered at her body, and called her small or weak and ugly in front of neighbors. Chizzy cried silently, her chest aching every night. Is this really what marriage feels like? She wondered. One night, Collins returned home drunk. Chizzy rushed to help him. Sit, I'll help you, she said softly. He stumbled, grabbed her roughly, and pressed her into him. Chizzy froze. She did not resist, confused and scared. She thought, maybe this is love. Maybe this is finally something good. Maybe he has finally warmed up to me. The night passed. Something happened, but not out of love. Then morning came with horror. When Collins woke up the next morning, his face changed. What did you do? He shouted. Chizzy sat up in shock. You allowed this. He yelled. Before she could speak, he slapped her, then another, then another. You disgust me. He screamed. Chizzy cried, confused. I'm sorry, she whispered, even though she did not know what she was apologizing for. That day, something died inside her. Chizzy cried silently, her body trembling. Weeks later, Chizzy felt strange, dizzy, weak and nauseous. She went to a local nurse. The nurse smiled gently. You are pregnant. Chizzy's world shook. She ran home, her heart pounding. She told Collins the news, hoping, praying he would be happy, but he froze. His face twisted. Pregnant. He repeated. Then, rage. You are trying to trap me, but I won't allow it. I won't allow you give birth to a child that is ugly like you. Not under my roof. He grabbed his bag and left the house. Chizzy sank to the floor, her heart breaking. She was alone again. Pregnant and rejected. The life she had built around honesty, hard work, and careful trust seemed to crumble in a single moment. Chizzy stayed on the floor for a long time after Collins left. Her small room felt colder than ever, even though the sun was still high in the sky. Her hands rested on her stomach, where her child was growing. She thought about Titus and now Collins. How could she ever trust a man again? Her mind raced with questions, but there were no answers. She was alone, pregnant, afraid, and broke. The first few days after Collins left were unbearable. She tried to continue her walk, but her body was heavy, her energy low, and her heart shattered. Carrying water from the well made her knees shake. Cooking for neighbors left her weak and nauseated. Some mornings, she could barely get out of bed, but she forced herself to move. Neighbors watched her quietly. Some whispered, she is just unlucky. Even the child will suffer. Poor woman, she doesn't deserve this. Chizzy heard them, but she did not respond. She had learned that words of pity often carried judgment. Survival mattered more than pride. At night, she cried alone, covering her face with her hands. She whispered to the child growing inside her, I will protect you. I will survive even if the world hates me. Months passed. Then one evening, Chizzy heard voices outside, laughter. She recognized Collins's voice. Her heart jumped. She rushed out. What she saw made her stomach drop. Collins was standing there, but not alone. Beside him was a young, beautiful woman. Her skin was smooth. Her body was full. She leaned on Collins like she owned him. Chizzy's heart shattered. Collins cleared his throat. This is Ada, he said. My new wife.